Oh yeah, let me put it on here. Hi, whoever's in the live. How's your Saturday going so far? I just started the live, so we're gonna talk about soon leaving the 9 to 5. I did a poll in my community tab, and most people voted to leave the 9 to 5. Okay, you out of here. Chanel, you wanna come up here? Oh gosh. Okay, be chill though. Vibe, twin. Hi, welcome into the live. Okay, gang. Why do we be coming in the live and then get out the live? Like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Chanel wanted to be in the live. I'm just gonna wait. Y'all, it's been a long day. First of all, I'm gonna turn this into a video so people are gonna watch this after I already went live. So I did put a poll in my community tab. So if you are subscribed to my channel, make sure you always check like the community tab for the polls and things like that. I really be asking y'all questions about what do y'all want to hear about. What? Hi, how's your night going? Or your Saturday? Um, Hi, welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. I'm gonna be talking about leaving the 9 to 5. How's y'all weekend? Any weekend plans? Hi. Okay. Are y'all subscribed to my channel? Oh, thank you. Hi, welcome in, y'all. Hi. So I'm gonna talk about leaving the 9 to 5 and the real with that. Hey, y'all. Can I ask you something? Yes, y'all. Ask me anything. Ask me anything in the chat. Okay. Before we get to the topic, y'all can ask me anything. I've been wanting to do Q&As, but people be feeling like they too scared to ask questions sometimes. But thank you guys for subscribing. But here's a little life update. Y'all can ask me anything, I'm answering. Can I get some help? It's my birthday on the 25th. My parents are coming to see me after 7 months. I'm really broke right now. Can't afford anything as I belong to a very poor family. I'm sorry. Baby, I've been hustling and bustling. I've been hustling and bustling. I wish I could help you. Have less than $2 in my account right now. Please help me out. I'm sorry. Do you see that the live said I quit my 9 to 5? I'm hustling. I gotta get my own money, but I'm sorry. I really, unfortunately, so don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. But okay, I'm a firm believer that you can literally make money quick. Like, you can make money. What 9 to 5 did you work? I used to be an operation analyst for a financial institution. I'll just say that. So I worked in corporate, and the job wasn't that bad, to be honest. Like, the actual job wasn't bad. It was the management and the fact that they kept having me do like 10 million jobs, and they were like taking advantage of me. So it was kind of like stressful because people weren't trained. I had to do people's jobs plus my job, and they kept switching my job like every couple months. So, and the managers didn't know what they were doing. So it was a stressful environment. Oh, I'm sorry. Good for you stepping out. Yeah, so I had to step out of that because it started wearing on my like mental. Like I started becoming very anxious at work because a big thing is a lot of my stuff was due at a certain time. So like when people would mess up, it would throw off me being able to complete things. It was becoming a stressful environment, and I felt like I was being underpaid. And something that I learned is you can really make money in this world. Like we live in a new generation. Like I drive Lyft now. Like I'll do Lyft when I feel like it, and in between that I do my content and do like I'm moving to San Antonio, Texas too. So I'm also selling my furniture. But I learned even doing Lyft, you can make $35 an hour, $40 an hour. Like people think that people that drive Lyft don't make money. They make a lot of money. And it depends on what type of car. For me, I have an electric car. So, and all my charging is free. So I don't spend money on gas. But if you spend money on gas, that takes away from how much money you make. But I decided to choose my mental health and take a risk. But I've quit my job before, y'all, randomly. I've done this before. The last time I was not smart because I got too comfortable and I was not going to work. I wasn't doing Lyft. I wasn't doing anything because I had a good amount of money. So I was just slacking. But I feel like now I got discipline that I was like, okay, I gotta go and drive Lyft. Like, I'm gonna go sell this on Facebook Marketplace. Like, tonight I'm actually gonna be driving Lyft. Thank you. Her name is Chanel. She really wanted to be a part of this live tonight. She's a very clingy girl, but I love my dog. So if y'all new here, I'm moving to San Antonio, Texas. I live in Minnesota right now. So I live in Minnesota. I'm literally moving in like a week and a few days. I can't wait for all the moving content for y'all to see my empty apartment tour, my moving vlogs. Like, I'm just so ready to start over. So I said, I'm not going to keep this job. I'm not going to keep this place. I'm not going to keep none of the furniture that I have at this place. I'm going to start all over and just literally start a new life. She's licking the table. But so I'm on this whole journey. I know a lot of people be scared of this. Also, if y'all just have random questions, please let me know, because I know some people also voted to talk about moving to San Antonio or moving to Texas or moving out of state. Y'all can ask me questions if y'all want. But a lot of people be scared to take a leap of faith. But I know I survived before, so I can survive again. And I really just feel like if you have a car, I think if you don't have a car, it's very hard. But if you have a car, you can make money, like overnight. Like you can drive Lyft, you can do DoorDash. I don't recommend DoorDash because they be paying you like $15 an hour. Like they be doing you dirty. And or you could do the Amazon Flex. Amazon Flex be charged like giving you $35 an hour. But I can't do Amazon Flex. I got scarred from Amazon Flex, baby. They will take you to the freaking middle of nowhere with dirt roads and people got chickens and roosters. Like, I had the worst experience. I would never do that again. But if you don't mind being in like rural areas, like that look like they're straight out of a scary movie, do Amazon Flex. The dog has better hair than me. Dang. It's her hair, like her hair on fleek, you know. I done paid $60 for this haircut. It better look good. Probably 70. I be like, dang, my dog be getting her hair done more than me. Like, dang. Because these poodles, they be getting matted and nappy. So if you don't get their hair cut, it's a problem. They gonna shave it bald. Thank you. Don't ever take your poodle looking crazy to the groomer, because they gonna be petty and they gonna shave your whole dog and make it look like a lamb. Don't even do it. But yeah, Amazon Flex, DoorDash, Lyft, Uber, like, I think people be so scared of doing like Uber and Lyft. Your dog is gorgeous. Thank you. My dog getting all the attention. Say hi, Chanel. Say hi. Chanel is so cute. I actually got her in the back of my jacket. Yeah, that's the type of dog mom I am. Ah, this girl is spoiled. But yeah, she's confused, y'all, because I sold my couch already. I didn't think it was gonna sell that fast because I'm moving in a week. So I was thinking, thank you. You actually watch my videos. Okay. Let me know what type of videos you like, because I be getting confused. I just do so much stuff on my channel that I'm trying to see what people actually like. But I sold my couch and my dog was looking like, what the hell? Like, this is ghetto. Where's the couch? Because my dog would love the couch. So now she been having to be on my bed. But I'm like, when I sell my bed, what are we gonna do? It's so weird. Like when you're moving, you're selling everything, and you're going to another state. It's just an awkward phase. Like I've never been in an apartment when I didn't have a couch or a bed or anything like that. Why the crotch? Wait, what is that? I'm sorry. Crush. I don't know what that is. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. And if y'all got any questions, even if it's random questions, throw it at me, throw it at me. But yeah, y'all, I'm on this whole entrepreneur journey. So when I go to Texas, also where y'all from? What cities, what states are y'all from? But I have a lot of people be out of the country that watch my stuff too. But when I go to Texas, I'm gonna be doing like a lot of open mics for my poetry. I'm gonna do a lot of content. I'm gonna be doing like a lot. So I'm super excited. I'm drinking coffee at 5 o'clock at night. Like this is not cool. Chanel wants some real bad. Chanel, stop. She actually listening. Wow. But I'm gonna be driving Lyft, y'all, from probably like 6:30 at night until like midnight or 2 o'clock. Nah, 2 o'clock in the morning is crazy. Like, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all my worst story. I've always moved with furniture. What made you decide to sell versus move with it? I'm in Ohio, moved to Indiana and Georgia, Wisconsin before that. So what made me decide to sell my furniture is I want a brand new start. Like when I tell you I don't want old things from my old house into my new house. My apartment is actually completely new. No one's ever lived in it. It was just built. So I want a brand new apartment with everything new. I also want a new aesthetic. Like when I got my first apartment, because mind y'all, this is my second apartment. I've been living here for 5 years. So when I got my first apartment, I just rushed to get furniture so my whole house would be complete. But I didn't really like set up a whole vision on how I wanted my place to look. This time I have a Pinterest board of like, I want my place to be like chic and have that modern like aesthetic. I want more creams, nudes. Like I just feel like I have a new style and I want my place to feel elevated. Even if it takes time to get there, I prefer that because I have a lot of teals and blues in my place. Like it's just not giving what I want. And my room is too glam. Like you want to help Chanel? I can get you down. It's too glammy. It's too like giving young minded. Now I'm classy. I want like a classy, neutral place. So that's why. Also, I'm only bringing my car. I didn't want to have a whole moving truck and no, I just want to start over. But I'm thinking about maybe bringing my mattress with me because that's taking the longest to sell. I practically sold almost everything else besides my mattress, headboard, and my nightstand. But yeah, so I'm just trying to start over. Like I have a whole idea. When you move, are you still gonna make videos? Yes, I'm gonna make a lot of videos, y'all. I'm gonna make a lot. I have so many videos still to put up. Like I have a moving vlog that I still need to edit. These glasses I did a collab with Framu, so I had to do that video first. So that video is probably gonna come out on Monday. But after that, I literally have a moving vlog, packing vlog. Where in Texas are you moving to? So yeah, we're gonna do a lot of vlogs. We're gonna do apartment tours. We're doing it all. So for me, I'm moving to San Antonio, Texas. Everybody tell me I'm gonna hate it. I don't know. I went there. This sounds crazy, but I went to San Antonio once, and I said this is my place to live. I'm a little crazy like that though, so I know a feeling when I feel it. Like I'd be like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Cause I've been to Houston several times, but I feel like Houston is like a little party city to me. Like it's not a focused place. Like I can live in Katy, which is like a suburb, but I just feel like I would get a little. Are you going to make videos with your cute dog still? I will. She be in all my videos sleep. Like she be like trying to play. But I'm definitely going to make more videos with Chanel for sure. Chanel's like going to be my best friend because I'm moving to a state I don't know nobody in. So me and Chanel are going to do like little cute dog dates because San Antonio is like very naturey, outdoor, patio vibes. I've been to Dallas, Austin, and Houston. Never San Antonio. I didn't care what goes on there for real. San Antonio is actually an hour and a half away from Austin, so not that far. It's more nature vibes, like there's the river there, like the river walk. It's like a lot of outdoorsy local shops. If you know, like Austin has a lot of bodegas and stuff. It's kind of that vibe, but more historical, naturey, you know. But I like it because I felt like it was calm, not too much traffic. I like Austin because I was debating between Austin and San Antonio. But Austin is a lot of traffic. The rent there is very, very expensive. I did find a place where the rent was really good, cheap, kind of scary cheap because they keep calling me. So I'm like, is there something wrong with this apartment? But it was only one like that. All the other apartments were really fairly expensive, which makes sense because Austin has a lot of booming companies. But I just felt San Antonio, the people were nicer. Like the people in my neighborhood and stuff that run like these businesses are so sweet and welcoming. I feel like Austin was like cliquey to me. Low-key sounds like you're describing Austin with the nature vibes and river, but yeah, it's expensive there because of tech. Yes, because of tech and all these big companies there, which is really nice because a lot of people are moving from California to Austin. That's why the prices are actually rising. Before, Austin was cheaper, but now everyone's moving from California to Austin because the companies and the rent is cheaper than California. So, but I don't know, y'all. I'm testing it out for like a year because my lease is only a year. And then I'm going to see if I want to stay in San Antonio, if I want to move to Austin. Some people keep telling me I'm going to move to Dallas. I don't think so. I've been to Dallas once and I didn't like it. But maybe I got to go again. But it was too spread out. What time is it there? It is 5:38. 5:38. And y'all, is this a good time to be going live? I never know. Cause I've been on YouTube for 6 years almost, and I just started going live last week. That's embarrassing. But apparently people like it. But I just don't know, like on the weekends, when are people home? When are they like out, you know? And by the way, y'all, on this journey of, so when I move, my plan is to be on an entrepreneurial journey. And I do a lot of things. So it's not just YouTube. Like YouTube is nice, but content is not. Okay, so, wait, what city you say you're from in? Because I didn't even know. An hour behind? Do you already have another job lined up or are you fully self-employed? So for me, I do not have another job lined up. People think I'm nuts because I'm literally moving to a state with no job. But this is my mindset. Okay, y'all. For me, I don't really want a job, which sounds crazy. I don't want a job. I've been working before I went into finance and corporate. Before that, I used to be a retail manager. And no matter what job I would have, I would hate it after a year. Like, I don't like it doesn't matter the job. After a year, I just feel like it's eating me up and alive inside. And I think I don't like being confined and I don't like rules. I like having a flexible schedule. So my plan is to go there and do Lyft. Because y'all do Lyft now. And I'm telling you, I make more money doing Lyft than working a corporate job. And I will be transparent with y'all because I don't work there anymore. But the company that I worked at, I was making $69,000 a year. $69,000 a year sounds like a lot to some people that don't have money. But people that have money, they know that $69,000 is not a lot. If you break down $69,000 a year, that's about $33 an hour. $33 an hour now in this economy is not good. To some people it is, but to me, no. So when I drive Lyft, y'all, but this is in Minnesota, I gotta try how it is in Texas. But when I drive Lyft, I make $33 to $35 an hour on a slow day. On a busy day, I make about $44 an hour. Okay? And I get my money right away. Now, I know wear and tear on your car. For me, personally, my car is a newer car. And I have an electric car. So I don't pay for gas. And I also have a newer car. And I do have coverage and warranties on my tires and on my car. Now, that's the only thing. But I need to go see the next live. Okay, thank you for stopping by. So yeah, I don't have one lined up. Now, I'm not gonna say I will never go to a 9 to 5. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and cap to y'all. If I start getting low on money, money and Lyft wasn't working there, I would get a job. I would get a job. I have 2 degrees, so I have a bachelor's and I have a master's degree. So, and now I have experience in the finance industry. I know I will have no problem finding a job. Yeah, I'm an engineer. 70K was the starting out of college a decade ago, and I graduated is close to the 85 now in my industry. Yes, it's time. So, yeah, so for me, the reason why I took the 69K, right, is I had came from retail management. So I think this is how I see it. My VP kind of low key finessed me. Like, okay, like she doesn't have experience. So let me give her like the lowest part of the budget, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I just want to get out of retail management. And no matter what type of degrees you have, because my master's is in business, but they don't really consider you unless you have experience, right? A lot of companies just gonna look past you. So when I got this opportunity to work for a big financial company, it's a big financial corporate company that I worked for. I said, okay, I'm gonna take it because it was paying just a little bit more than my last job, just a little bit. So I was like, okay, I'll just take it. But now I know that they literally scam me. So my next job, I'm really, if I do get a job, it has to be 6 figures. I've already made up my mind. I'm not gonna accept any job unless it's 6 figures, because I have a master's degree. And this economy is bad. It's bad. So if I'm gonna work for somebody, they need to pay me well. That's how I feel. But I'm going into it like, okay, I'm gonna get paid from like doing Lyft. I'm gonna get paid from content. I'm gonna get paid from other avenues. I also have a lingerie business. A lot of people don't know, so I'm gonna be doing pop-up shops during the weekend in like Houston and Dallas. So I also make money that way too. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna give myself like a. Also, my second month rent is free. So I'm gonna give myself a good month and a half to 2 months, and the month after that I get $500 off my rent. So once some promotions for my rent start running out, if I'm not making the right money, then I'll get a job. So I hate when people come up here and they're like, "Oh, quit your job." Never like, no, you gotta have. I wouldn't say you have to have a plan, but you just. I've been there before, so I would not just suggest somebody. If you ain't got no ways to make money, if you don't have a car or license, I feel like if you got a car or license, you can quit your job. It's just too much opportunities in this world. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, Lord. But I'm excited, y'all, because low key, since I quit my job, y'all, I literally feel like something in my nose, and I'm on live. But ever since I quit my job, money just kind of started flowing in, honestly. From Lyft, from selling my furniture, I haven't really felt like I needed to have one. But we'll have to see once I get there. Because I don't know how much Texas people make doing Lyft versus Minnesota, because it's cold here. So people are going to get in a Lyft. They're going to pay for it. But yeah, we're going to have to see, because I've been down this path before, y'all. I've quit my job before. And then I end up getting another job. But mind you, when I went and got a different job, I wasn't looking. They recruited me. So they recruited me. What activities are you most interested in doing while in Texas? Like fun activities? A lot. I'm excited. Spread out, you'll be good. LOL. Thank you. I'm excited. First of all, I'm a nature girly, so I'm excited to spend a lot of time in nature. Make like going on runs, like runs around the river, in the neighborhood. That sounds so lame, but that's something like I'm excited about. I'm excited about like doing open mics, so I want to go to a lot of open mics, even in Houston and Dallas, because I write poetry and I love the art scene and music, so I'm excited to do that. Go to like all the cool spots like wine bars and different restaurants and meet new people. Like I want to meet creative people. And even take like new workout classes, like yeah, just exploring. And I like that I'm gonna be in Texas, so I can explore different parts of Texas. Like I can be in San Antonio and then I can drive to Austin very quickly, or I can drive to Houston or go drive to Dallas. Like that's what I'm excited about. Like I'm gonna be all over the city, baby. I'm gonna be all over town. for real. So I'm excited to meet a lot of people, like, and be social. I think when you like come from a city and you live there for so long, like living in Minnesota for so long, I don't get out of my comfort zone as much. But when you're in a different place, you don't know people, you kind of have to be social and, you know, put yourself out there and do things. But I'm excited for that. Also, I'm excited to date too. I ain't gonna lie, because it's gonna be a whole nother city, state, like, see what it's giving. You know, because Minnesota is a special place. So for sure. And then y'all, during this journey, I kind of posted this on my community tab too, but if anybody wants to donate to my journey or learn more about my creative journey, I do have a GoFundMe, which is in my link tree. It's linked in every video description box. Even if you want to donate $1 or send a super chat, it helps for my creative journey. But it's really good to even read it so you can understand the journey. Well, judging from the looks, you won't have a problem finding a date. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I hope I find quality men. I think that's my thing. Like, I feel I talk about this too, like on my weight loss journey, because I lost a lot of weight. That once I lost a lot of weight, I started getting a lot of attention to the point it's like, dang, the quantity is so high, but what is the quality? Like, you gotta sort through a lot. So it takes a lot of breaks with dating. Y'all, the other day I was driving somebody when I was doing Lyft, and I knew before he got in my car, I knew he was gonna ask for my number. Like, when I seen his profile picture, I was like, okay, this man gonna get in the car, he gonna ask for my number. He gonna ask me if I'm in a relationship. And I'm so bad at lying. I do not like to lie, y'all. That's the one thing about me. I hate lying. So if you ask me a question, I gotta tell the truth. So I knew he was gonna ask me if I was in a relationship, and I was like, how do I answer it? Do I just say no to tell the truth? Do I say yes? Like, anyway. So he gets in my car and he tells me, like, oh, he's talking to me normal, and then he's like, oh, that style looks really good on you. He's talking about my hair. And I'm like, oh, thank you, you know? And he was like, yeah, like, are you taken? And I said, I knew this man was gonna come in my car and ask me this. Like, I don't know, I just knew it. And I was like, kinda. Since you are from Minnesota, I have to ask, what is it about Minnesota that makes the black musicians so funky? You guys have a long list of legendary musicians that come out of Minnesota. That makes them so funky. Is there something in the snow? In the snow and water, it is a lot of weirdness. So I think the funk comes from like I don't know, different flair. Cause I feel like Minnesota is a very ravey place. Like, people really love raves and like white people stuff, you know. So I think the funk comes from that. I don't know. I can't lie to y'all. I can't lie to y'all. But I don't feel like a lot of people that don't have like that funk rock or some pop to them don't pop that well from Minnesota. Like, the rappers and stuff from Minnesota don't get the same type of vibe, but the like the funk, it makes sense though, because this place is very like retro. I don't know if that makes any sense. Ain't nothing Minnesota. Every time I go somewhere out of state, are you willing to do more try-on hauls? I am willing to do more try-on hauls, and I've noticed that people really like the try-on hauls. Y'all, I'm trying to become more of a minimalist, because I used to be very materialistic, and I don't want to kind of have that mindset anymore. So I try not to over consume in like clothes and even like products. But I have been really liking thrifting, so I'm gonna try to do more thrifting and then trying on the clothes that way. Or if companies are sending me free stuff, they do, just to be transparent, then yeah. But I try not to over consume, but I do want to do more thrifting, because I found a really good thrifty store here, Plato's Closet in Maple Grove specifically. They have beautiful clothes. Like, these people are rich over there, so I find really good stuff. So I'm gonna do more try-on hauls. I know it's more beneficial when it's stores that y'all can actually go and shop at. So we're gonna see. I just try not to overconsume. But I know y'all like it, and I like them too. And I was thinking about that today, even doing like a style video or something like that, showing a bunch of different looks. But yeah, I'm trying to be a little minimalist. But I do want more active clothes. Like, do y'all even care about? Sorry, y'all, this is so ghetto. But do y'all even care about like active try on hauls? Like if I go to Lulu or go to, cause I need some more workout clothes. But my style, I told myself when I lost weight, my style was gonna be like a Zara, like high fashion, high class. That's what I'm really trying to get into, like putting more looks together. Even my home, y'all, when y'all get to see my, oh, I'm telling y'all, I cannot wait for y'all to see my new apartment. It's giving like the aesthetics of me right now. Like my new apartment is just so beautiful, y'all. And it's gonna take me some time to like get furniture and stuff like that. Which I'm probably gonna make an Amazon wish list if anybody wants to get something off the wish list instead of like donating to my GoFundMe. But I literally want to take my time to the point where it looks really good and cohesive. Like I've been like very intentional this time around. I found this sofa I like, y'all. It's pretty spendy, but I think I'm gonna get it. Like the sofa is like $1,600, and it's not even that big, but it's so gorgeous that I feel like it's something I can keep long term. One thing I learned though about buying furniture and stuff, the resale, once you've had it for so long, it's worth nothing, really. It's not worth a lot. So that's something to take into account when you're like shopping for that type of stuff, because if you when you resell it, you're gonna barely get what you paid for it. So I better keep that $1,700 couch for a hot minute, for real. But I do really want to do some more hauls. I think I'm actually gonna go back to Plato's Closet next week because I need some summer stuff. Because being in Texas, it's gonna be hot, 100 degrees, 90 degrees. I'm gonna be wearing shorts, skirts, dresses. But it's been snowing in Texas lately. I said, y'all better not do that when I get there. I know that. Let me check the weather, y'all, because literally in Minnesota, this is actually the warmest weekend so far. I think it's 32 degrees right now. That's summer to Minnesota. People that live in Minnesota, 32 degrees is summer. I'm telling y'all right now. Literally, San Antonio is 43. That's probably close to them. But the rest, oh, 82 on Monday. Y'all, 82 on Monday. Okay, so by the time I get there, it's gonna be hot. They better not come with that snow. I'm leaving the snow in Minnesota. I don't want to see snow ever again. Ever again. So what's y'all plans for the weekend? What are y'all doing this weekend? What are y'all doing? I feel like y'all, let me get myself together here. Why I got, cause baby, this is so trifling. And I don't want to end the live, because I don't care, but it's like, literally, that's so ghetto. That, yeah, you just gotta be them type of girlies that don't care. I'm just starting to not care. I'm like starting not to care what nobody think, what nobody see. Like, I'm just like, baby, just be you. Just be you. It's gonna be sufficient enough. Because this is gonna go right on my channel after. Right on my channel. So for the people in here, do y'all actually watch my channel? Are you driving or flying? Sorry, I might be a little behind the update. No problem, girl. Ask me questions. I'm like, I'm driving. Which that is going to be a whole experience in itself. I'm actually going to record the whole drive. And the thing about me driving is I'm taking my electric car. So I'm scared. I'm a little scared because charging stations. I have been learning now that I've been doing Lyft where the charging stations are, how quick charging takes, but my drive is 17 hours. My uncle lived in Minnesota and told me that the winters there are brutal. Oops. He said if you see someone passing at the store when it's snowing, you just wave and run to your car. It's cold. It's cold. When I tell y'all, I literally, somebody told me Like, oh, it's super cold in Austin right now. I said, cold? It's negative 15 here. Please. You definitely run. Y'all, I've been charging my car like at the Target, and they put the chargers so far from the store. I start running. I'm like, okay, baby, this is how I'm gonna get my mile in. Because I got to train to get my mile a little bit faster. So I'm like, okay, because I'm not walking in this weather. Mm-mm. You run. It's ghetto. I don't know why any humans choose to live here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though they say, oh, we don't have snakes, we don't have this, we don't have that. But honestly, the places that I have been, I have not ran into no snakes. I hope I do not run into a snake in Texas. Baby, that's my worst fear. A snake is my worst fear. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. But I just hope I don't ever see a snake. And then in San Antonio, there's a lot of scorpions, but it's like a normal thing. So I'm like, scorpions, aren't those poisonous? Like, can't they kill you? I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. But can't they like take your life? Because there was an apartment I toured, but it was in the suburbs. And this girl said scorpions sometimes get in the house. I said, sometimes get in your house. And she says, yes, we'll just scoop them up and put them outside. I'm not scooping up. I'm not scooping up no scorpion. You crazy. So I said, baby, I'm not moving here. Nope. But I live central, so I don't really think I'm going to deal with scorpions. But I'm really scared for Chanel because I don't want her to get bit by something or anything like that. Because I wanted to move into a townhome. But I'm like, I don't know the neighborhood. I don't want to go to a townhome and it has snakes in the backyard or something swampy back there or scorpions. Yeah, because if a snake get in my house, I'm moving. Immediately. Y'all, my first apartment had mice. And I moved immediately. I literally moved a week after I seen the mice. I'm telling you. So I said, you know what? Let me go somewhere new, central, and see how I like it. How has the murder of George Floyd affected or changed the black community in Minnesota or city? Do you think things got better or worse? That's a good question. That's a loaded question. Let me see. I feel like, how did it change the black community? I don't know if it changed the black community. I think in general the black community has to be a little bit more united and like become more of a unity. Because I had somebody say something weird. Like I met this one girl that was black and she said something weird about the George Floyd thing. She said something in the sense of like, since the George Floyd situation happened, like Uptown has went downhill. And if y'all know, like Uptown is like kind of, it's not super close to where it happened to George Floyd, but it's pretty close. So that's where all the riots started to happen or whatever. Personally, I didn't care about the riots, meaning like I didn't feel bad that they were happening. I do your thing. I'm sorry, but do your thing. So anyways, some people took that. Some people were trying to, I don't know. I don't think it like brought the black community together. I feel like here in Minnesota, it's so like, it's such a like crab barrel mentality of like what black person is going to get the spot. Like, because there's so many non-minorities here, it's like black people tend to compete with each other. So now when it comes to the actual police, I think it's gotten better. Like I haven't heard as many cases or situations with the police doing anything crazy. I think they're learning their lesson on that. So I think that has gotten better. But the people, I don't know. I can't even speak to it. I just feel like in Minnesota, since we don't have as many opportunities, it's like we're fighting for them. Minnesota is a weird place. But they started rebuilding everything. It still just feels weird. Like, I don't know. How's the black community in San Antonio, assuming there is a black community there? So, for my research, okay, mind you, when I went to San Antonio, I went there for a day. I spent some hours there, some time there. And where I'm going to be at, I think I only seen 3 black people. But I also didn't see a lot of white people. is a lot of Hispanic people. So majority of the population is Hispanic, and then it goes Hispanic, white, and then black. So apparently, where I stay, there's not a lot of black people, I think. But when I put the video up, someone told me like I have to go towards the east side of San Antonio or the south side of San Antonio, and there's a lot of black people there. So I guess where I live, there's not a lot of black people, but I'm gonna figure out more about the communities where black people are. And then somebody commented on that comment saying, "You be safe if you're going to the east side and south side of San Antonio." So I'm gonna like ride through the hood a little bit, see where the black people at. But I had a couple black people in my neighborhood, but not a lot. So, but it's mostly Hispanics. It's more Hispanics than white people. So I do like that because I really love like Hispanic culture. I love Hispanic food. I love Spanish, something I'm trying to learn more of. So I feel like I felt more comfortable there than Austin because I feel like Austin was very Minnesota, like majority white. So I wanted some type of diversity where it's majority a different culture. I like different culture. Like I like a different language, different food, that type of environment. So we shall see. I hope though, like there's a lot of black spaces because I like going to like black owned businesses and like black owned like open mics and stuff like that. So I guess I just have to find my community there. So we shall see. But apparently there's a lot of black people in certain areas. I just didn't take a lot of time. When I was there, it's kind of bizarre because I'm moving somewhere I didn't spend much time at. What are you most excited about living in San Antonio? What is one of the two things? Okay, so what am I most excited about living in San Antonio? So I'm most excited about just being in a new environment, being around nature because San Antonio where I live, there's a lot of nature. And I just love being out in nature. Being in a local area where I get to like experience a lot of local businesses and from the business owners that I've met over there because I'm a businesswoman. They were very inviting and welcoming, and I feel like there's a lot of things I can do there, like a lot of events, a lot of collaborations. So I'm excited about that aspect of being in San Antonio and experiencing a new culture. Like I really do want to learn Spanish fully because I've been saying this for years, and I need to really actually be motivated to do it. So I'm excited about that. And then let me see. Going back to the question, what is one or two main things you hope to get out of your experience living there? Okay, so I hope to get independence, which I've always been independent. I've been living on my own since I was like 19, 18. But more in a sense where it's like I'm not surrounded by family, I'm not surrounded by friends. It's pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I have to meet new people, I have to conversate with people. And then also it helps me be like getting out of my shell. Like just I could be whoever I want to be. Like these people don't know me. I don't know them. I can be my wild self. I can be my fun self. So I feel like I'm hoping to experience like my true self and just being able to be free, not worried about what people think of me or feel about me or being in my shell. I want to really get out of my shell. And I think it's going to push me to do that because I have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I'm excited to just be free and like I think even people don't understand what content like you have to like get comfortable even bringing your camera out and going places you have never been. You have any fears or concerns being in a new city on your own? I do have a little bit of fears because people can be crazy. But I'm a little crazy too. So I think my mission is like when I get there, get my license to carry. So if I run into any crazy people, yeah, that's my only fear. It's like running into crazy people, but I know a crazy person when I see them right off the bat. You mentioned that you have your master's degree. Are you open to going back to school in Texas or speaking to youth about your experiences within the new community? Hello, deep questions tonight. I love deep questions, y'all. I'm a deep thinker. I love that. Going back, I'm gonna answer the first question because I'm really analytical. I have to answer all the questions. But I thought about going back to school, but I was like, do I go back to school for my PhD? And this is my mind too. Like, I'm a financial person. So I'm thinking, even if I go back to college, it will defer my loans. So I'm like, I should just keep going to college and get my loans deferred. But I thought about going back to school to either get a PhD because I know some schools will pay for your PhD just so you can go there. So I've thought about that. I've thought about going back to school to be an ultrasound tech, which is so different, but I really find it intriguing. I thought about it, but I've done a lot of school, and I owe them a lot of money, so I don't know if I want to keep doing it, but I'm not against it or opposed to that. And then the other part is, or speaking to youth about your experience within the new community. I would love to speak to the youth. I've done a few things with nonprofits here in Minnesota with speaking to the youth, and especially girls, and like teaching them about self love and stuff like that. I've done that, and it was a great experience. So I would love to talk to students about my experience, like even moving, my experience in college or whatever. Like I'm one of those people that I love like speaking at events and doing presentations. I love all that stuff in PowerPoints. So if the opportunity arises, I definitely will do that. I definitely will do that. And I really want to do stuff in the community too with youth around like healthy eating too and having healthy habits. Because I think, especially in the black community, you don't grow up with that. Like, you don't know where to start. Not to be pessimistic, but for the sake of the conversation and deep thinking, have you thought about what would you do if things just don't work out in San Antonio, or if you was not feeling it? I have thought about that. If things don't work out in San Antonio, I wouldn't. I don't want to say I wouldn't care, but I'm not. In my mindset is a lot of people tell me constantly, you're not gonna like it there. But I feel like for me personally, I'm a boring girl. I live in the suburbs in Minnesota. I don't live in a city like that. This is more city than where I live in Minnesota. But if I don't like where I'm living, I feel like okay, I'm only there for a year. I have a year lease, so I can always move to a different city in Texas. If I don't like Texas at all, I can always move back home. Yeah, I'm not one of those. I'm very independent person, which is something I'm trying to work on. But I'm not one of those persons that just move back with their parents. Like I've been here before where I didn't have a job and I didn't have to move back home. Like I know how to make money. That's the one thing I know how to do. So for me personally, if it was the bottom, like I'm on the bottom, I would move back home. Like my mom is one of those moms where she will literally let you move back in. Like my mom will let me move back in a heartbeat. My mom will pay my rent if she needed to, but I just don't ever ask my mom to do stuff like that. But I know she would. So I'm not really concerned to hit rock bottom per se when it comes financially. And then I feel like I'm not concerned if I don't like it because I only got to do it for a year. And really, to be honest, I could end my lease early, but I don't really want to do that because you know how much money you got to pay to get out of lease? I think that's unnecessary. They be trying to charge you $3,000 to get out of the lease. Like, I might as well ride this thing through. So, I've had that in my head, but I'm like, I can always move. Like, I think it's not even about the location or anything. It's about me really getting away from people. To be honest, like being on my own, like my own journey and just like growing as a person. Because I feel like when you move somewhere alone, it really gets you like growing and changing. Like you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I thought about it, but I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool. But I know when I gotta leave somewhere, then I gotta leave it. So, cause my first apartment, y'all, I hated it. They got me out of that lease though. They got me out of that lease, and I didn't even have to pay a fee. I'm hoping I don't have to do that here though. But one thing I know how to do is make a way. Great mother, it's nice to know that you have support to fall back on if you really need it. Yeah, and honestly, y'all, if all fails, I will get a job. Like I'm telling y'all right now. I don't really think it's. I know the economy is very hard right now when it comes to like applying for jobs and getting jobs, but I know if I need a quick money, like oh man, baby, I gotta make rent for next month, and this ain't cutting it. This ain't cutting it. I don't got the money. I will literally just go be a store manager. I know that I can get a store management job so quick because I have so much management experience in retail management. They hire you like this. If people think they don't make money, they make money. Like a store manager makes six figures, like in most stores. A store manager, not assistant store manager, but store manager. Some parents tell their kids that they never come back home once they're adults, but unfortunately, it's life always predictable. Some of us have bad experiences and need to support at times. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I personally think, like, in my opinion, it's bad parenting to tell your kids like they can't come back, or like put your kids out at 18 or 19, because I really don't feel like anybody's really ready to be on their own for real 18, 19. You know, when I went on my own 18, 19, I was living in a dorm because I went to college. But if I wasn't in college, there was no way I would be able to afford rent. Like, so I just feel like it is bad parenting to me. That's why I don't have kids. Because once I have kids, I don't want my kids to need for nothing. And that's why I'm trying to build my life in general, because I don't want my kids to have to pay for their first car. I don't want to have my kids, 18 is a baby adult, they still need help. Yes, they still need help. Like, ain't no way. I can, like, me thinking back to when I was 18, like, you don't even know what you're doing in life in general. Like, you just got out of high school. Like, I just don't think that it's good parenting. And that's why I feel like people have to be, I don't know, like, people need to be more logical when they make decisions to have kids. Especially now, because I feel like there are so many preventatives and solutions that if you're not going to take care of your kid and understand this is a lifelong decision. Like, I ain't never put my kid out. And people think, oh, your kid is gonna be so spoiled because they don't have to pay for their car. I feel like at a certain age, kids shouldn't have to pay for nothing they need. They should pay for stuff that they want. Until they get to a certain age, it was like, okay, now if you about 20, I say if you about 24, it's about time for you to be kicking it in gear. And if you're 25, you definitely need to be out your mama house. Like 25, your brain is starting to fully develop. So, but I wouldn't put my kid out if they didn't have no other options. But I just feel like some parents do enable their kids, especially their sons, and their son be living with them forever. Like, that's not cool though. Like, I think you gotta have some limitations. But I think 24 is a good age, because like you could graduate college by then and have a career or whatever. And I'm still thinking, is college worth it now in this generation? What y'all think? Because I don't know, like now they're like increasing the pay for just, people that don't have degrees. They have to keep increasing like minimum wage and all these other jobs because the living is so expensive. So I wonder, like, is the degrees worth it? Like the new kids, is it worth it for them to go to school? Because it's so much money. And when I thought about it, y'all, we literally invest in a degree. We don't know for sure we're going to get the job that we want or the certain amount of money we want, but we pay all this money for a degree. This is the same thing as a business. Let's say your degree was like $100,000 because you got 2 degrees or something like that. You could put that $100,000 into a business. You know what I mean? So now my mindset be like, dang, like, if you understand, degrees is an investment, just like a business. It's an investment so that you can make money down the line. So, I didn't think like that though when I was younger. I'm like, okay, I just need to get a good job and, pay my bills. Like, that's all I was worried about. Now I'll be like, dang, like, that sounds bad, but I'm more free spirited now than I was when I was younger. Now I'm like, I'm going with the flow. Baby, I'm gonna go with the flow. Like, things are going to happen. But everybody can't do that. Like, if you're not self-sufficient, like, not everybody can do that. By the way, y'all, I have been vlogging on TikTok daily, which I'm gonna have a long vlog on YouTube, but I've been daily vlogging, and I've been putting shorts up on YouTube too. About like the day in the life of an unemployed baddie. That's the name of the series. Called that tea. So I tell y'all literally what I do. Like, it's not like I'm just sitting around the house and I ain't getting money. Like, that sounds bizarre. You know what I mean? So I tell y'all what I do. Like, okay, y'all, I'm going to Lyft. This is how much money I made on Lyft. Okay, I sold this furniture and this is what I made. Like today, I sold my 2 side tables to this girl. She was super sweet. Made $70, this morning. Now I'm about to be leaving here in about 15 minutes. to do Lyft. I don't like doing Lyft at night, but I've done before, y'all. When I didn't have a job, I would do it at night. Okay, because the coin on a Saturday night is pretty good. I'm telling y'all, the money is flowing on a Saturday night, and people really be tipping you. People will tip you and they pay you pretty well. So times have changed. Challenging transitioning to adulthood these days and very expensive compared to the past. Yes, it is very expensive compared to the past. And I think some parents don't even be understanding that still to this day, that this is not the same rent that y'all was paying. Like, based off of what we're earning and the rent that we have to pay, this is not the same houses y'all buying. Okay, y'all been able to pay off your house and like get equity from it. Like, these houses are $500,000. Like, I don't know what's going on in this world. Honestly, y'all, I'm preparing to move to Thailand with the other rest of the black community. I think Texas is like my baby step, and then I'm out this country. I've been already planning to move out of the country. Like, I wanted to move to Mexico because just based off of the affordability. Um, but I'm thinking Thailand. I'm gonna be very close to Mexico though, so this gives me a little idea of like how I like the culture and like all that type of stuff. But I think Thailand is gonna be the move for me. But I hope it's just not high as heck by the time I get there, because everybody moving there. Welcome back, welcome back. Because the U.S., they ain't right. Even I know I've been to Switzerland, and Switzerland will pay you enough to live, then some. Like, you actually make good money there just on a regular job. And then if you have a career job, you get even more money, and you get more time off. You get affordable housing. Like, this place, I'm telling y'all. Somebody had said on TikTok their mortgage started off at, was it 3,200, and then they bumped it up the next year to 5,000 and something dollars a month. Mm-mm. It really is something different. And people really be like, it's the American dream. Like, now, I will say this. A lot of people that are going to these type of countries, they have American jobs. So they are at a higher advantage because they are getting U.S. money still. So it's kind of like we are privileged because we can have like a remote job and get American money and then go to these places that are like cheaper and be able to have a good thriving life. So I would personally, if I got a 9 to 5, I would like a remote one, because I'm trying to travel the world. I'm trying to travel the world. And this is the longest I haven't traveled, y'all. Like, the last time I traveled was to Texas, and I think that was 5 months ago. Yeah. So we got a little bit of advantage. So I can't sit here and say, oh my gosh, these countries are like, thriving countries. Have you looked into the new spots for maintenance in Texas, like nail techs, hairstylists, lash techs, even doggy shops for Chanel? So my hair situation is very hard because I have to get pixie cuts now. Even in Minnesota, there's only one hairstylist that I know that does pixie cuts. So she sent me off a few times, and it's been a problem. So I've already started looking into. I found one hairstylist that's not in my city. It's like Frisco, Texas, which is far, like 3 hours. I don't really think I want to drive 3 hours for my hair, but she does amazing pixie cuts, and she does really good with the curling and stuff. So I might just take the drive once every month or whatever, because honestly, I can do the maintenance after, as long as I get it permed and cut by her and styled at one time. So I found a really famous Instagram hairstylist that does really good for pixie cuts. So I might be going to her. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do more research in San Antonio, because I don't know who's touching my hair there. Um, my nails, y'all. I've been like trying to have this minimalist lifestyle, y'all. These are stickers. I like put them on my nails, and they've been on there for like 2+ weeks. So I used to love nails a lot, but I would spend 100 to 160 on my nails. Like, it was ridiculous. So I said, you know what? I need to stop paying for that. Your nails look so good. Thank you. See, I think I'm just gonna go for the classy look and start just keep doing the stickers on my own and do that, because they're charging almost $200 for acrylics. I like them long. I like designs. So I probably won't be getting my nails done like that. If I do, I might go down to the Houstons or the Dallas. I don't know. That's a far drive. Austin. Austin's very close. An hour and a half. I'll make it a whole thing though. Like I'm getting my hair done and going to dinner and going for drinks or something. I don't know. But I haven't honestly found too much in San Antonio because I don't know if there's a lot of black hairstylists there. But I should start researching. To be honest, I have been thinking about starting getting my lashes done though, because like right now I have scripts on, but I really feel like lash extensions will look really good with my haircut. So I've been thinking about, okay, that's something I could like invest in. But yeah, even cutting my hair off has been a good investment for me because the way these hairstylists for braids, it's like $300. And y'all, I did my own faux locks. I'm very creative, y'all. I know how to do hair, but it's the patience for me. It's the patience. But I do need to do my research because I don't know in San Antonio. Now, groomers for Chanel, I live very close to a grooming and boarding place, like very, very close. So Chanel is really good. Chanel, when I go on vacation, she's covered. Haircuts covered. Even my apartment said they're gonna start having groomers come to the apartment and groom the dogs. Like, yeah, it's that bougie. So I said, okay, Chanel gonna get her own private cuts. She looking at me like, girl, what is you talking about? But Chanel, that she took it care of for sure. And I feel like I'm a little nervous because I feel like people like low key figuring out where I live, but honestly, I don't care. I'm one of those people that don't live in fear. Like I don't really care. Like, um, it's a part of life. I feel like San Antonio's small. People probably gonna run into me going down the street. To be honest, I'm gonna be walking a lot because I'm very local. So it's like people might run into me. You know, so. But it's very weird. Oh, I think there was another thing. Let me see what that was it. Okay. Where are some of the places you worked in retail? Any places you really liked working at, and any retail jobs you hated? Um, so some of the retail places that I worked at Kohl's. I did a story time about that. I hated Kohl's. I hated Kohl's. When I tell you these people made my life a living HELL. And I think it was because I was so young. It was my first job out of college. I was assistant store manager. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I had to learn this whole job. It was a huge responsibility. Um, and the older people hated me. The older people hated me, and I think it was because they were racist. I worked in like Cottage Grove, which is Lord. Anyway, yeah. So they made my life a living HELL. They didn't listen to me. I was yelled at work. I had an alcoholic employee that would call me all the time when I was off. It was a mess. It was a mess. My boss was mean. She was terrible. So yeah, I worked at Sierra, which the job wasn't bad. Hated that boss as well. I talked about him on the story time. I worked at Athleta. I actually really loved Athleta. I loved the people there. I loved all the managers. I loved my district manager. They actually all followed me on social media, and they were totally okay with my social media, like while I was working there. Like even my district manager found my social media, and she was like, "Yeah, like I love it. Like I'll swipe through it. Like I know we all have a life outside of work." Like she did not care. Like she would ask me dating questions. Like we were like a family. So I really did love Athleta. I would go back there if I needed a quick job. But it was a lot of selling. I'm good at selling, but it gets annoying after a while. When you're pushing people to buy stuff that you really don't feel like they need, and it costs like $100 for one item, $200. But I would sell that stuff and get them the credit cards. I'm good at selling. I'll tell you that. So Athleta was my favorite retail job, but it was the most. It was the most work when it comes to sales. But yeah, those was the places that I worked practically. I used to work at Nordstrom Rack when I was younger, but I wasn't a manager there. I was just an associate. That was the longest retail place I ever worked. I worked there for a very long time. I can see myself at Nordstrom because I'm really good at selling. And I love Nordstrom. Nordstrom is my favorite store of all times. Very expensive place, but I love Nordstrom. I'm telling y'all. I love me some Naked Wardrobe. That's my favorite brand. So, yeah, if I was to go back, I would do Athleta again. Like, I know I'll get higher at Athleta overnight. Like, my stats is there. But I just don't want to, like, I just don't want to go backwards on my resume because, you know, being an operation analyst and then going back into the retail space, they just don't take, like, people in retail serious a lot. Like, no matter how many degrees you have, like, it's hard proving yourself until you get that experience. So I just don't want to go backwards on my resume. That's my only thing. But if I needed to make money overnight, I definitely would. But y'all, I'm low key. Let me see y'all. Let me see what Lyft is hitting on if it's busy right now because I need to get to work. I try to be very disciplined on my journey because before I would be like, I don't feel like working today, and I just would not go to work. That's the only problem about working for yourself and not having a 9 to 5. You can choose. I'm kind of tired. I'm not gonna work tomorrow. And then once you get in the habit of that, then you rushing at the end of the week or the end of the month to try to make money because you're like, oh, I didn't go to work. So I'm trying not to get in that habit. And mind y'all, I'm trying to work really hard before I get to San Antonio so that when I get to San Antonio, I can chill for like a week because my second rent is free. What's the average amount you make on a Saturday night doing Lyft? Now, what's crazy is I have not drove on a Saturday night in years now. I used to do Lyft before. This is my first week doing Lyft again. So we're gonna have to see how the Saturdays are now. But what I've been averaging, the lowest I've been averaging is $35 an hour. And then my highest day so far has been $44 an hour. So I see, in my job, I have not even been working. I think I've made like 300 and, how much money I made? Because I've only worked 3 days. Mind you, I've only worked 3 days. Let me see. I've only worked 3 days and I've never worked 8 hours. I've been working, the most I've worked probably is 5 hours. And I've made $344 doing Lyft. And I think I've only worked 10 hours this week. So the pay is pretty up there. It's pretty good. I just haven't been working 8 hour shifts because I've also been selling furniture. So I have to come back home, meet with Facebook Marketplace people. So I sold a couch this week. I sold side tables this week. I sold a vanity this week. So I'm making money off that too. So my goal though is to at least hit $200 a day, at least. With all my endeavors, but I'm trying to set the $200 a day for my Lyft as well. Because yeah, when you break down, because I want to make sure I'm making more money than I was at work, which I have been. So I'm blessed. I'm happy. I don't know how it's gonna be in Texas. I think I make more money in Texas, to be honest, because if I go to Austin, if I drive down to Austin sometimes, I feel like it's gonna be busy, but the traffic. So I'm gonna try San Antonio first and then see how my riding and driving goes, and then I might do a couple days in Austin to see how that goes. But a lot of people are always traveling in and out of Austin. So I feel like I can make good money in Austin as well. Oh yeah, y'all, it's busting. It's busy, y'all. It's busy. I'm just hoping. I don't like to look cute when I do Lyft, and I feel like I look cute today. I just don't want nobody to try to talk to me like, because it makes the ride so uncomfortable. Like even when it happened yesterday, it's like now I gotta sit in the car with you after I told you no, and then you keep acting like I keep telling you no, and it's like you. First of all, why are you trying to get somebody a number that's driving you around in the first place? That's already a no for me. So that's my own thing is the uncomfortable. It's giving Issa Rae energy. I love it. Thank you for remaining transparent with your journey. Thank you. Like, thank you for actually watching my journey. And that's what, y'all, this crazy. Girl, I say I'm in my Issa Rae phase. I say that. And what's crazy, I rewatch Insecure every year. Like, when I tell you I watched the whole seasons, and when I first watched Insecure, I didn't know my whole life was going to be very similar to Issa Rae's. But when I first watched it, everything was cool. I was working my regular like retail management job. And then one day I just quit. It wasn't because I seen the show or nothing like that. Like I quit and I started doing Lyft. And then once I went through this whole transition of my life of quitting, doing Lyft, and trying to find my space in life, I rewatched it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so similar to freaking Issa Rae, like her life path. And what's crazy is back then, me and my friend would be like, "Oh, you're Molly and I'm Issa Rae," because our dating lives were like that. And then it just ended up being like my career path has been similar. So I'm hoping that I get to the status of Issa Rae. Maybe I'll get to meet her one day or something. Like that's in my dreams. But yeah, I think this is a good path for me to like stay creative and stay in control of my own life because the corporate part, it just, yeah, I try it everywhere I go. I try it. I'm good at every place that I've been at. I'm like, I learn quick. I can do well at the job, but then I start hating it like every single time, no matter what. So even if I go to San Antonio and I get a job eventually, it will be an exit plan. It's going to be an exit strategy. I'm going to write it all out. I don't want to stay there for longer than a year. So let's say if I get a 6-figure job, I will stay there for a year to make my 6 figures and like invest in myself, invest, spend less and invest. That's my whole mindset. Spend less and invest. I'm not buying too many materialistic things. I'm not gonna keep over consuming or like just more expensive expenses. No, I'm gonna live less, but have experiences. The only thing I'm gonna pay for is experiences. Traveling, like going to dinner, going to social events, yeah. But clothes, makeup, hair, nail, no. Designer, no. No more. So I'm gonna just take, if I get a job, I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna invest it in everything I'm doing. But thank y'all for following my journey. I'm gonna stay strict with myself and have some discipline because tomorrow I'm having a go away dinner with me and my friends. We're gonna go and have dinner. It's gonna go away birthday, y'all, because my birthday's coming up March 9th. Put that on y'all calendars for the people that care about me. Just send me a little happy birthday. My birthday's coming up, so I will be in Texas by the time my birthday. So I'm super excited. So I'm gonna have all my dinner and birthday stuff before I leave. So tomorrow I have it with my friends. Next week I have it with my family. And so I'm really getting prepared to like get out of here. So tomorrow I'm probably not gonna work that much. So I need to get on my P's and Q's and get ready for these people. I hope I don't get a drunk one. Y'all, I've had it before where I had a girl that was, I mean, I don't care if they drunk, get lit. Just don't get to throwing up. I had a girl throw up in my car one time, not my new car, back before when I did Lyft. She pissed me off so bad. When I tell y'all, she pissed me off so bad because I had asked her, do you got to throw up? Let me pull over for you. Let me just pull over for you. I'm good. I'm okay. But she was so drunk. Her friend just threw her in the Uber like that. Like, I'm leaving now. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. It's been a pleasure chatting with you too. Have a good night. And she threw up, but she didn't get it all in my car. It got on like the outside, kind of where the step is. And why Uber paid me $100 for that? $100 for that. It didn't even get inside the car. I said, okay, I can't hate you that much. I guess I came up, but still, you pissed me off and made me go home. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna get out of here. And I'm gonna start doing lives, y'all, every Saturday at 5. I'm gonna commit to it. So I'll see y'all next Saturday. Have a wonderful night. If anybody does want to donate, there is a GoFundMe link in my description boxes that will help me on my creative journey. Or if you want to just read about everything I plan to do, just go check it out. All right, y'all. Have a good night.